There we go. Hello, Nets Nation. My name is Ryan Fu, and I'm with Jeremy Weinstein and Kyle Gorlick. This is the first episode of NetsCastLIVE, where we talk about nothing but Nets. Today, in the first episode, we're going to be talking about a bunch of different things. I'm going to go over what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about pre-suspension Nets before all that drama went down with quarantine. Second, we're going to be talking about the coaching situation. Did Kenny Atkinson get treated bad? Who knows?
Bad.
He being the $110 million question, according to ESPN today in their new article. Hell, Mike Wilbon doesn't think the Nets are going to be a threat next year.
Wilbon doesn't know anything.
We'll be talking about the potential third star that the Nets might decide to trade for next season. All of that in episode 1 of NetsCastLIVE.
Let's go.
Before that, talk a little bit about us, our favorite Nets moment, and who our favorite Nets player is. So who wants to start?
I'll get it going. Unless if someone else wants to, but I don't give a fuck. Here we go. Jeremy Weinstein, Villanova University. Favorite Nets moment, Anthony Morrow against Oklahoma City Thunder. Tied in a square formation. Anthony Morrow at the top of the half court. Hits the three, ties the game, wins in overtime. Best moment of all time. Best Nets player of all time. Drop the mic. Kyle Gorlick, you're up next, buddy.
All right. My name's Kyle Gorlick, a.k.a. K-Gore. I go to Rutgers University, class of 2023. My favorite Nets moment is when we first made the playoffs. Game 1 against the Bulls, destroy them, D-Wilt, that nice reverse dunk. My favorite player now, Kyrie Irving, got us the super team we deserve.
Thank you.
Okay, my name is Ryan Fu. I go to the College of New Jersey. I would say my current favorite Nets player has to be Kyrie as well. My favorite Nets moment was last year when D'Lo led us back from a 28-point deficit against the Kings. So that was a great time. Yeah. So let's just go into the first topic. We're going to be talking about a little bit of an overview of the Nets before the suspension. You want to go
talk about it?
Depth about that, Kyle? Do you want to talk about that?
I'll talk about it. Well, right before this all got in the drama, the Nets beat the Lakers in a close game by like 2 points. And that was the best game I've ever witnessed this season.
Really? Best game?
I think we
amazing one.
Either that or the Celtics game. But even that was at the end of the season. My highlight is LeVert. He really acted like he could be like an all-star caliber player when he's healthy and he has that time. He like dropped a 50-point game and had a couple 30-point games, and he was the star of that Lakers game. So I think that was the big takeaway at the end of the season. And it seemed like him and Dinwiddie could be really well. So that's my big takeaway. Like LeVert, like becoming a third all-star if we don't trade for one, which we would talk about next. But I think he showed us that he could be that all-star third star on the championship team.
Jeremy, do you have anything to say about that?
I agree. Karis LeVert's the real deal. Showed it last year. Got hurt. It's a shame. I hope he doesn't do that again. But this year, I really like Spencer Dinwiddie. Yeah. You never want that from your third caliber player. I'm not loving DeAndre Jordan. Hot take. I want him traded. But we can't do that with KD and Kyrie. So I guess we'll see what
I think that's Torian Prince, man. I think that's Torian Prince. I don't agree with that.
Prince is a bum.
He's a good player.
I think
he's like Travion Graham
about DeAndre Jordan. I don't think can't. All right, we'll go on, but
you can never have too many Travion Grahams.
Seems like things were getting heated, so let's just continue talking before it rises. So yes, the Nets were sitting at 30 and 34 before the quarantine, sitting at the 7th seed. They were positioned to possibly play the Raptors in the playoffs, but let's just go on to the next topic, and we'll go back to that later. Let's talk about the coaching situation. Kenny Atkinson recently fired unexpectedly. A couple of rumors in the organization about if a couple players on the team wanted them gone. So yeah, we could just go talk about that. Replacements.
Talk about it.
Igor?
All right, I guess I'll start it off. I didn't really see the Kenny Atkinson deal coming off. It was a big shock for me. And I don't get the talk. What confuses me most is people are saying this was a good move because he's more of a bring-up coach. Like, he develops players. he can't lead a team with the star caliber players like KD and Kyrie. I don't get that. He was a good coach who led a terrible team to a playoffs throughout years. I don't get you just like being a good coach developing players. I don't get if he was fired for that, then Sean Marks might have made his like first bad move. But that's my take on Kenny Atkinson. I don't believe Kyrie and KD getting him fired. Maybe like it was a bunch of players, but it wasn't just them. I'm sure that would be blown up with Kyrie's bad social media rep. And if I had to talk about their new coach, my number one guy, realistically, is Mark Jackson.
Oh,
he did great. I don't agree with that. He did great with the Warriors, and I think he would have definitely won many championships with them. Maybe done better than Steve Kerr. He made that team. I think he's better than Ty Lue, and Jeff Van Gundy's never going to come out of like analyzing for ESPN. So I would go with Mark Jackson. I think he's a great coach, and the Warriors wouldn't be the Warriors without Mark Jackson.
Really? That's a terrible take, and I disagree with all of it. If you want a development coach, keep Kenny Atkinson. He's the best development coach in the league. Why would you hire another development coach?
That's my point. I don't believe in developing coaches.
He got fired because he couldn't take them to the next level. So we're firing a coach for the same reason. Why would we hire him other than he's a known quantity? We got to keep Jacques Vaughn. We got to go Tyronn Lue. We got to do that. If you're going to fire Kenny Atkinson, you got to go a different way, not just a worse version of him. So Kyle Gurley, that was some bullshit. So,
going back to what Kyle said originally, how I feel like it's kind of unfair for people to say that Kenny Atkinson probably wasn't the real deal because, Kenny Atkinson finally developed all of his players and he finally gets like Hall of Fame caliber players on his roster. Yet he doesn't really get the chance to actually play with them, So I feel like it was kind of unfair for him just to get fired like that. I'm sure he'll find success somewhere else very easily. For the coaching job, I personally see Ty Lue fitting in the most. But my dream coach would be Greg Popovich, and I doubt that happens. But for me, Ty Lue makes the most sense, just based on his relationship with the players. So,
do you guys think Atkinson got fired because the team didn't do better with like Kyrie than D'Lo, like when they had them? Because I feel that's unfair, and I feel like he might have got fired for that. Like there was no improvement.
I feel like he couldn't even get fired for that when Kyrie was out. He only played like 16 games. So
I have no idea why he's fired. It's fine. I think it was a dumb move. And I don't believe in developing coaches. I think you're a good coach, you're a good coach. And he didn't really have the chance to prove he could do with a good team.
I would agree.
Like championship team. So that's my point. Like Jeremy. I'm not saying Mark. I don't believe in developing coaches, and there's a thing. I believe in good coaches and bad coaches.
Yeah, I feel like it's safe to say that it's just really unfair considering he basically got us to the point that we are now. We wouldn't even be like in the position we are without the way he was developing the players. So not even giving him like the opportunity to actually like coach his new people.
Yeah. And what do you guys think of Jack Vaughn? Would you be upset if we keep him?
I would. I feel like he doesn't deserve it. He needs to try elsewhere with a worse team. This is like an A caliber team. Jack Vaughn is not an A caliber guy. He's like a C caliber guy.
I agree with that.
I feel like he just doesn't have like the resume anyway. Like there's better options out there. So
yeah, we can get the best of the best, like a David Blatt.
All
right. So for our next topic, we're going to be talking about the ESPN article that came out today that said KD being the $110 question, quoted from Sean. What are your thoughts on that? KD in general.
Well, go into more detail. He's basically saying we do not know what KD is thinking right now. I think he would come back realistically, and my hopes. I mean, he seemed like he was pretty going through with playing for the Olympics team. And if the NBA starts, it's going to be the time of the Olympics or even later. So, like, what you're going to, they had that whole debate. If you play in the Olympics but not playing now, it's not like the league can be like, it's unfair. And, like, the league's going to want KD to be in. So it's a matter of just, like, KD saying yes. Like, the Nets aren't going to be like, we don't want you to play. We want you to get healthier for December. I don't see an organization doing that. It's just, like, KD's decision, I feel like. But I feel like he will because he wants to play and prove himself. Especially with, like, there's not really, like, you have to beat the Bucks. I want to see the Bucks as a super team. So I mean, I think he will. I think he'll try to improve, especially if Kyrie say he'll play. I definitely see KD coming back.
Yeah, the league's scared. When KD comes back, it's an easy championship. Or not easy, but they go from a 7 seed to a 1 seed. Best player in the world, healthy, all the time off, thinking about it, back in the hardwood, it's over. And all the other players, they had a whole season, but they had to stop, so all that development's gone. So everyone's on the even playing field. He's just fresher. It's a scary
I didn't think about that. That's a good point.
I do my best. Thank you.
Yeah, my thought on that is that I'm kind of confused. Like, I see where Katie's coming from, that he wants like a whole fresh new season, but I feel like doesn't he have the best chance to prove himself in the playoffs? You know, like why wait yourself to get kind of wait and waste your time playing all those regular season games where you have a higher chance of possibly getting hurt playing nonsense games when you could play games that actually matter in the playoffs. You know, let's say the season comes back, like why wouldn't he consider it? You know,
that's so true. If they win the 2020 season, Katie's going to be known as like the best player in the league. Maybe they come back and win. Katie's like, I've been hurt this whole season and I still won it. It's going to be a great story.
I just don't see the point of coming back and playing more games in order to get somewhere where he wants to be and possibly getting hurt in like a regular season game that doesn't matter when he has the chance to possibly play in games that matter a lot more in the playoffs. Like now, let's say the season comes back, he might as well just do it, in my opinion. But yeah, definitely don't want to force him back to something he doesn't want to do. So
you're probably not going to play the Bucks or Giannis, so you're not going to have that pressure. So
yeah, for like the conference finals or something like that, or next round. But yeah, continuing on that topic, today, Mike Wilbon also said on part of the interruption that regardless of KD and Kyrie being on the Nets, he doesn't see the Nets actually being a threat next season for the 2021 season, regardless of all what's going on right now. So what do you guys think about that?
Mike Wilbon. That's why he's on that show, not First Take. Guy's a bum. Doesn't know what he's talking about. All I'm saying. Well,
they chose Max Kellerman over this guy.
Rename the man. This is a terrible take. They have the best roster in the league. They're going to get an 8th-year coach. They're like big conference. They don't have to deal with LeBron to the finals. It's easy. It's a cakewalk to the finals. Maybe Eastern Conference Finals. They'll have to play the Bucks. There's no other competition. Best player in the world again. It's a ridiculous take.
Yeah, I completely agree. Wilbon must be like on that weed or something because that's a ridiculous statement. I feel like you have to be, bro. I don't know what that statement is. He was so confident. I watched that clip. He was so confident. I feel like he's saying that because of Kyrie, but Kyrie as a second star with a guy like KD, that's totally different. And look at all the teams in the East with like their second star. The Bucks, Middleton, no. The Raptors, Lowry, no. Celtics probably
amazing
the best
player.
one.
Villanova product. Kyle Lowry. Amazing player.
Yeah, there's no Kyrie. And like Celtics are the only ones to compare with Kemba, but Kyrie's better. I think that's by far the best team in the league. Plus, we talked about LeVert and Dinwiddie picking up at the end of the season. So yeah, I think that's by far the best roster.
Yeah, plus Kyrie has played behind like LeBron, so I'm sure he could play behind KD. And I'm sure the Nets current roster.
Play behind LeBron.
Well, like they were like a duo,
Kyrie carried LeBron.
Oh yeah,
Kyrie saved LeBron's legacy.
But you could easily say the Nets roster now, he has a better supporting cast with us than what he had with the Cavs in the past.
LeVert over J.R. Smith.
His productivity numbers should just be like a lot higher. We should perform better as a team. So really, going after talking about all that stuff, the last topic we really have here is talking about potential trades for who our third star might be, because a lot of people have been talking about that we need that one more piece, in order to be a championship caliber team. So our thoughts on who might be that third star, or if we even need one, or if we already have one.
All right. I got to see when the offseason goes. Maybe if the Lakers bring back AD, we might need one for the finals. I think we could definitely win the East with our roster now. But if you want to get one, I mean, there's different options. You either go out for a guy like Bradley Beal, but basically you're trading 3 valuable pieces: Dinwiddie, Allen, or LeVert. And Beal, you're probably going to have to give up 2 and picks. So I don't know about that, because giving up 2 of those guys really ruins the depth. And with this NBA, you need depth. So I say go If they offer you a good deal on Beal, then I would say go out there. Like if they're so desperate that they only want LeVert and picks, I would say do that trade for Beal. But if they want more, then it's not worth it. And then I would get after Aldridge. I know a lot of people say that's dumb, but I think we need a big man that can spread the floor. And because both our bigs are just traditional bigs, and we could probably get him for a very cheap deal. The Spurs proved that they're not a good team anymore, and we could probably get him not even for like any of those three players. We probably need picks. Like we give up DeAndre Jordan because of cap and like one pick, and we get LaMarcus Aldridge, which is an all-star caliber player, and we keep LeVert and Dinwiddie because I don't see them requesting a lot for Aldridge. I think that's a good deal, and I think he's one of the best players on the market. That's my opinion. But I don't think
you get a deal for two of them and picks. I think you got to take it because Jared Allen and DeAndre are interchangeable. You got the young buck Nick Claxton coming up the system. He'll be back.
Matters which two stars. If they want Dinwiddie and LeVert, I'm not doing that.
I'll do LeVert or Dinwiddie and Allen and some picks because the picks won't have been relevant for the next 10 years. We'll be 10 straight championships probably. So I'm down for that. But I don't think we need a star. I think with this roster, we can win pretty much against anyone in 7 games.
So if you had to like pull a move and like someone offer you to a third star like Beal or someone else like that caliber,
It'd be Victor Oladipo. I'd take Victor Oladipo over Beal, and he's on the market. He would fit the culture.
Well, I saw a lot of trade rumors about potential trades. People were putting out like mock trades about getting Aaron Gordon. I thought that was pretty interesting. It was like Dinwiddie, Allen, and like a second, I think.
Do you want
how
him
much
at the
I'd be
5?
up for that.
I don't know where you put him.
Yeah, and I think Dinwiddie's a better player on a championship team than Aaron Gordon.
I think that just kills the spacing. Same with Aldridge.
Personally, I don't know. Yeah, personally, I don't know like who the Nets could trade for that would make our team so much better than I feel like it already is. But I wouldn't. I'd be okay with Dinwiddie and Allen moving as long as it's for like the right piece. But I kind of want LeVert to stay.
Yeah, LeVert's definitely the one guy on that list.
I just don't want this trading for a big because with KD at the 4, we have the spacing that the modern NBA needs. But if we lose him, we put Aaron Gordon at the 4.
Trade.
And then what do we do with Joe Harris, Taurean Prince? Because we don't even know if we're keeping Joe Harris. That's a big if.
Yeah.
Well, I would trade Taurean Prince for like a bag of chips, like anything.
Yeah.
Like that man's a bomb. I feel like
it's a big contract though.
That man just like throws up bricks, and the only reason he's still on that team is because Kyrie, for some reason, like respects him because that's like the only person he like passed to at a time. So
yeah, get rid of that Bach contract.
He's a starter. No, Taurean Prince is our future.
Not good.
That's why we signed him for an extra 2 years.
That's honestly my number one goal. Relieve some cap to sign some veterans on the bench and get rid of Taurean Prince.
Get Jared Dudley back. That's all we need.
Yeah, plus we also have a lot of rising stars too, like in our roster, like Nick Claxton. I like Preciosa too. He's really good.
Like, he'll never be a star though. Just kind of like
I know, but he's like depth though.
Like Jorge Gutierrez. That's that guy.
Only real Nets fans will know that name.
Yeah. We're fans of the Mexican national team. He's on there. He was on there for a while. So anyway, anyone else have thoughts on that topic? That wonderful topic we are discussing.
Like we said, do we want to go back to the Nets before the season ended? Or like before the quarantine? Does anyone have thoughts on that? Because I know that we ended that topic kind of early.
Like it's all dependent on who comes back. I think they said Kyrie was out for the season, KD was out for the season, so it's kind of a lost cause. So the way the quarantine helped us.
So I have any thoughts on the roster besides KD and Kyrie, but that's it.
Yeah, and I feel like we were pretty much like locked for the 7th seed anyway. I think like Philly was ahead of us. I don't think we were gonna catch up, and I think like the Magic were under us. I'm not really too sure. Yeah. We could have fell to like 8th possibly, but I mean I think we were pretty much locked down with the Raptors, and I honestly feel like we probably would have got like swept or something. Maybe get one game.
No, I think 2 games.
No, definitely one game. I don't see us getting swept. We beat them right before the season ended. While they were on a 15-game winning streak.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind playing the Raptors if the season ended.
We're a good team.
They have the talent. We are. I'll back that. 100%.
Yeah, that's my final thought. We beat the Raptors, Celtics, and Lakers without KD and Kyrie. We're going to be the champions.
It's an exciting time. It's an exciting time. Just makes you want to jump out a window or something. There's great things
Kings of
coming.
New York. Kings of New York.
I feel like before we like wrap up, I feel like we didn't really touch too much about how Wilbon said we weren't going to be a threat. And when he talked about it on the show, he talked about how he doesn't see us being a competitor to like the Bucks, the Raptors, the Celtics. And he also said like if the Sixers figure out their situation, like who do you think are we the best? Would we be the best team no matter what, or who would even be like our best competitors? You know, like
it's such a dumb argument because he's saying if they figure out their situation, what if we figure out our situation? I don't care about Wilbon. Lions don't mess with the sheep. Wilbon doesn't know what he's talking about. He just wants a headline. Doesn't make any sense. He just named every Eastern Conference team that has a winning record. Like what are the Pacers gonna do? Like Victor Oladipo's gonna drop 70 a game? Like it's a ridiculous argument by the Wilbombers.
Yeah, we by far have the best roster. The only thing where we're losing is the team messes up. We have a much better roster than every other team. The Bucks might be a problem. And if
they just need some more team dinners. Get that chemistry up. It's over.
I only see the Bucks as a threat now, and Celtics maybe in the future. But I think we would beat them definitely. Like we would have to. The team has to like not gel together at all.
Yeah, we will see.
But we by far are the best roster. So, no, he's dumb.
I would agree.
It's a great thought, Corey.
So I feel like we're pretty much wrapped up with everything that we talked about. Other than that, feel free to listen to Drake's new album. Listen to the song "War." Go to the 52nd mark on the song.
Drake sponsor us?
You will love that. Yes, Drake is our sponsor. Okay, you'll love that part. Okay. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Once again, this is our first episode for NetsCastLIVE. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe, click that bell, turn on those post notifications, and yeah, look out for episode 2. If we get a lot of love on this, we'll keep going. You know, we'll keep updating. We're in quarantine, got nothing better to do. So yeah,
even after quarantine, too, we're keeping it going.
Yeah. So yeah, that's NetsCastLIve.
Let's go.